How do you charge your clients? You know, that is such a enigma because trying to figure out how to price yourself for your services. So coming up on the next Audacious Confidence tip of the week, I'm going to talk all about pricing. Stay tuned. So I struggled a lot with pricing myself for any services that I did, whether it was hair and makeup or corporate consulting or just giving general consulting, my courses, my programs. It was all over the map. So let's start with the hair and makeup business, because that's where I kind of learned my lessons for pricing. And I didn't learn my lessons completely because when I stepped into consulting, I still had some things to learn. And I had some coaches and some great guides and some amazing mentors to help me along the way. So when I was doing hair and makeup, I was trying to figure out, how do I price myself? So I looked at the comps, like when you're buying a house, your real estate agent looks at the comps. So I looked at what other artists were charging and tried to compare my work to theirs, to compare my prices to theirs. Big mistake. Oh my goodness. I was first working for someone and the prices that she was charging, I thought were ridiculously high. What did I know, right? Greenback over here. So when I came out, I started charging a lot lower than what she was charging. And I still was making more money when I was doing it myself than working for her because she took 35% of everything that I made. I could charge 35% less plus tips and everything like that. I was making just a little bit more than what she was paying me. Plus I could call my own shots and do the appointments that I wanted to do. And so that seemed to be a good plan. I thought that was a great plan, except my biggest hurdle, my biggest issue, and you tell me if this is your issue too. Comment below and let me know if this is your problem too. Because my biggest blind spot, problem, issue, whatever you want to call it, was that I was more concerned by what someone else could pay me than what I was worth. Tell me if that kind of hits you upside the head. I was concerned with, can they afford to pay me this? Can the people that I'm trying to get paid from pay me this? That's none of my business. That is none of your business, whether they can pay you or not, because I'll tell you something. When the newest, latest iPhone comes out, whether they have the money or not, people are lined up around the corner. Whether they have it or not, they find a way. So it's none of your business if they can pay for your services. It's up to them whether or not they believe that what you're giving them is worth what they have to pay to get it. So you have to make your services so valuable to them that they will pay whatever it takes to get you. Now, I found that I was discounting myself even beyond that 35% that I said that I was charging less. Even beyond that, because people would always give me a sob story and I would buy into it. I was so gullible. I'd buy into the sob story. I'd buy into all the money they're spending on everything else for this event. And oh my gosh, I have to pay this one, this, and the photographer and this. Why can't I get paid? Why do I have to discount my prices because you're over budget? That's not my business either, that you overpaid certain things or you went overboard in certain areas. That's not my business. My prices are my prices are my prices. And I had some really hard lessons to come to that realization. Now, are you priced in the middle of the market? Are you priced below the market, or are you priced above the market? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to land? Where do you believe your services and your value lands? That's where you price yourself. Do you believe that you belong in the upper tier of pricing for your services? Or do you want to be bargain basement? It's all up to you. Now, if you're bargain basement, you have to make sure that it's not because you believe that your value is bargain basement. If you're bargain basement pricing, then really examine why you're bargain basement pricing. I have been told by my coaches all the time, raise your prices, double your prices, not just raise, double your prices. People will pay for you because they want your expertise. They want you, and they want you to serve them. So I started raising my prices, and I stopped giving discounts. I will add a caveat to that. It's not that I give discounts for certain cross sections of people. Like if I belong to a group or an organization and I am willing to give them, because we're all part of this group, or we're all part of this organization, I am willing to give them a special deal that is only for them, but that's just for them. I do not lower my prices for any reason. I can negotiate, and I can negotiate other things. I can add certain things that I can consider something that I would normally charge for. I can add that in, but I'm not going to lower my prices just because. I had someone tell me one time, do you give discounts? And I said, well, why should I give you a discount? Oh, just because. And I was like, I should give you a discount just because? No, I'm doing the same work. And sometimes when you give a discount to someone, you end up doing more work because they somehow feel more entitled to more of your services. And so you have to be careful about giving discounts, because usually the people you give discounts to want so much more, and they're over the top, and they feel entitled to getting more, which I don't get at all. So raise your prices, raise your prices, raise your prices. I have some people in different businesses that are so remarkable and phenomenal at what they do. And I encourage them, if they're listening, and you know who you are, if you're listening, raise your prices. You are worth so much more than what you're charging right now. You are worth double. Now, there are some people who charge at that premium price level, way, way up here. And what they're giving isn't even half what you're giving. What they're giving isn't worth the price that they're charging. And I've been there. I've spent money on some services that at the end of it, I felt completely cheated. I felt completely cheated out of my money, because what they promised and what they delivered was so far away from each other. It was unbelievable. And so you know when you're giving good value, when you're actually accomplishing and giving the results that you claim to give. There are some people who just don't give the results that they claim to give, and they're charging $25,000, $30,000. I'm telling you, dollars for their services, and it's definitely not worth that much. So consider what you're doing, how you're pricing yourself. If you want to look at the marketplace and see what the marketplace can handle, feel free to do that. But I'm telling you that always lean to the higher end if you know that the services that you're providing is really first class and top notch. Lean to the higher end of what the market is charging, because people will pay based on the perceived value that you're going to give. So if they see that your work is impeccable, they will pay an impeccable price. That's it for me. I hope this has helped you. And if you are not confident in your pricing, think about it. Reach out to me. Let's have a conversation about it. And let's see how we can get you to raise those prices. Until next time, this is Alicia Curry with another Audacious Confidence Tip of the Week. And I will see you. If you have any suggestions, by the way, for a confidence tip that you'd like my opinion on, or my take, or I can even do some research and give you some feedback on, drop it in the comments. Let me know what you would like an Audacious Confidence Tip of the Week to be, and I'll definitely do it, and I'll tag you in it, and I'll mention your name. So make sure to drop a comment, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell right there, and I will see you next time on the Audacious Confidence Tip of the Week. Mwah! Bye.